I love this office, but this is not working. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this entire half of the room and we're going to be making it so it works for me. And also for you, because otherwise what are we doing on this channel if we're also not trying to record everything while we do it? And today's video is brought to you by FlexiSpot, but more on them in a little bit. Now let's really dive into why this room isn't working. First up, you can sort of see here that everything is just kind of cluttered. Nothing really has any particular space, and anything with a flat surface is going to have stuff on top of it. And what's worse is that this isn't even the worst of it, because usually these big lights are in the way, so I can't even access the bathroom that is back around the corner. From weird dead space behind me and my one rogue lamp,
I love lamp,
to a bookcase that, no matter what I did to try and keep it organized, just seemed to get worse with every passing day. To the thing that I look at all of the time, which, fun fact, when you're staring at clutter like this, it doesn't make you more productive. It makes you less. And even my feet don't get a reprieve because all of my other fabrics that are in plastic tubs from the last time I did this are below my feet. But now that you have a better idea of what I'm looking at, let's get started. Okay, step one. Getting this table up and out. What am I doing? I need my tactical hairband. Skabam! Now to get the pin off the floor that I found. See that? The floor is no longer lava. Wow, that feels very different already. Like, it immediately just feels so much bigger. Now to move those. My fall crafts! I can be crafty and not have to spend a dang on thing! Is there something in the box? 3, 2, 1? No. I think this is what I would use to hold up my hard drives before I had that little stand thing, because I hated them vibrating on the table. Oh my god, there's my book! This is my book, y'all. You wanna know what book I used? This is the one. Better Dressmaking. Ignore that. This was there when I bought it, don't mind. This is the one. This is my favorite book. I couldn't find it when I made my bookcase. Now it's gonna go on it. Random dead stock men's shirts that I'm getting rid of to other vintage dealers because I don't want to deal with it. I just found a box. I thought said box was empty. It is not. Why are you not empty? Definitely not empty! Look at this, Tina. Like what? These are mail orders and Vogues.
Wow.
How did I forget I bought these? Look at that! I don't buy too many patterns. I don't know what you're talking about. Leather gloves that are covered in shit. I found them like this.
Throw away? What? Oh, sorry, they're vintage. I didn't know they were.
I want to be very clear. She's the one that said that, not me.
Sorry, guys.
There's the dress I've been looking for, guys. Because remember the time that I installed an ass pocket? Yeah, this is the dress. I immediately ripped it apart to fix it. Did I ever put it back together again?
No.
No is the correct answer.
And then we set about starting to move the furniture.
I'm aware that taking everything off would have been a smarter plan, but here we are. It's so hard to show this, but like that is fully leaning forward from the top end, away from the wall. Oh my god. That's scary!
Found a head.
Tina's ahead of the game. The jokes don't get any better.
Next, it was time to test out the placement of the ironing board, because I really hadn't settled in my head exactly how I wanted the layout of the new space to be.
I'm about to do a dumb. don't think I like that either. Why do I hate ironing next to a wall? Why do I hate that? Because like even if I'm sitting here sewing something, I don't want to look at that to iron. I want to stand up and do something else. Desk will sit here. Envision it with me. It's gonna go right here. Yay tall. Because then, when this is not at an ironing board height, we'll have desk with lots of possibilities. I can sit closer to here so I can have access to more tools. I can have my new tool chest that I'm gonna go buy here in the extra foot from my table. This feels plenty big enough. And that still feels passable for a camera. Cool. Well, that's a plan now, isn't it?
The next day.
Well, I guess that means it's time to build this desk. Why do I always do this in dresses? I don't know. And 2. Oh. And now, we read. Oh, I need power tools for this. Okay. Vroom vroom. Is my drill charged? No idea. Crossbar. And the columns, 1 and 2. Provided tools. 1 Allen wrench. 2 Allen wrenches. A times 4. So they're all in individual baggies, so I know what I'm doing. Maybe, possibly. I've got it upside down, doot. Now we're cooking. Ouch, foot cramp. I'm too old to sit like this, doo-dah. But it's not gonna stop me, oh doo-dah day. 4, done. Now what? Gotta check all my work here real fast. Make sure I'm not about to dump this motor on the floor here, kids. Billy Bob McGillicuddy here to tell you to remind you to check your bolts. Make sure they're tied down. The long side goes over the motor.
Now, because this is a motorized desk, I wanted to make sure that I installed everything correctly so that I get the promised no shaking when it goes up and down.
So this side needs to go here. Magical.
Which I did end up doing.
Gently. Is this tiny boy or is it big boy? No, it's big boy. Skabam! Go. Unscrew. Ooh. Like that.
We have been greeted by a moosh. Look at that moosh. Hi. No, it's not time for that yet, bud. Sir, you're on my Allen wrench. Sir? The tiniest Allen wrench.
Rotate, insert, lock. And now, power tool time. And yes, every single power tool that exists in this house is mine, and I know how to use them. Also, my other light burned out, so I'm a little bit weird about the whole situation.
This ain't on you! This ain't on your cow!
But let's get this and drill it all together, and then we get to do the fun stuff. Wouldn't that be grand? But now to take a break from this exhausting process with the sponsor of today's video, FlexiSpot. With a move on our horizon, I knew it was time to streamline our household furniture. So FlexiSpot sent me their Japanese joinery king-size bed frame in the color walnut. And man, do I love it. From the easy assembly to the sturdiness of the construction. Come on, look at these joints. The setup process is quick and hassle-free. No extra tools needed. All the pieces simply slot together using traditional joinery. And the sturdy and quiet bed frame does it every time. I'm sorry I woke you up from your nap. The bed frame doesn't wobble or squeak. The slats are also secured with Velcro to minimize noise. And it is made from solid rubber wood, which has a high hardness value, so it makes it much more difficult to damage. with the added bonus of a moisture-resistant and scratch-resistant coating, which in Florida, absolute game changer. This bed frame is truly meant to last. And one of the best parts, it has a 10.2-inch space underneath, perfect for extra boxes or bins. And similar bed frames can cost upwards of $1,300. FlexiSpots is less than half of that. So click the link below to experience FlexiSpot for yourself. Now don't miss out. Use my exclusive code, Stephanie, to get an extra $20 off the Kana Japanese joinery bed. Transform your sleep with comfort, convenience, and unmatched value. And thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video, but I think we gotta go finish up that project, which meant a quick trip to IKEA. Success.
Y'all, that is a full Alex bookcase in the trunk of my tiny new car.
All right, Sparky, I see you. Good work. Well, isn't that just happy schmacky magoo? I was not prepared for that Alex to fit in the back of the seat there, because I've never loaded stuff in this car yet. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now, let's go home and start building it. Good morning. Hi. It's been a night. I didn't sleep well, so I'm on the struggle bus. I'm team of the struggle bus. I am the struggle bus captain at this moment. However, we have decorating to do, mainly because I have to go to DragonCon on Wednesday, and so I have to have this video done. So here is a brief but not complete rundown of what's going to happen today. Giant tower of boxes that I zipped together last night are going to go into that unit right there. And we're gonna do kind of a checkerboard, so it'll be black and white. So it sort of looks like a 1950s floor to go with this super awesome terrazzo countertop vinyl that I found. However, I did take a moment before I finished the desk because occasionally she can have forethought. It doesn't happen often. Shh. I did trace out my entire tabletop before I installed it. What an idea. So I'm gonna cut this down today and apply it with, I thought I was gonna have to use my little paint scraper thing, but they gave me a cool little squeegee thingy, so I'll use this. And then I get to install my silver tape. Shiny tape, flexi tape, what is this called? Extreme weather foil tape. Dun dun dun. So I bought this and I'm going to be using this around the edge. Did I, last night in my exhaustion, stop and go, but the legs aren't gonna be silver, Canada? And for a split second, did I think about stopping right where I was and go spray painting the legs completely silver? Yes. Did I then realize that this lovely thing is a raising desk, and that might be a bad choice. So I think just for the best use of the desk without screwing up the, I don't know, actual functionality of the daggone thing, I think I'm gonna leave it black, but just have this portion be silver. And listen, I thought I was gonna leave this here. I'm not, I don't think. I think this thing with this black and white is gonna go directly underneath my big logo here, so that the whole background changes. And then I'll have more space over in this corner, and I'll have space for my drawers just to the left of me, so that all my tools are to the left, my buttons for up and down are on the right, and my fabrics, should I need them for a project, are directly behind me, or, let's be real, in the giant bookcase that I made at the beginning of the year. I think that's enough rambling, so let's start emptying out this bad boy and get going. I think these I'm gonna give to Swag and Seek at DragonCon. Okay, cool. And with that, these silly things all now have what their labels say, except for the mystery box fabric. Let's be real, I haven't done a mystery box since I got rid of my storage unit. But that means this whole top is rife for different project thingies. Listen, it's all we could find. It's terrazzo time. I'm just gonna remind myself it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna cover it with tape. Kabam! And now we read the proclamation, also known as the instructions. I already prepared it. I positioned it, sorta. Applying. Slowly peel the backing away in small increments, and then use my squeegee to expand the adhesive surface. Brilliant. That's it. That's all. That's all the instructions I get. So, yeet. Let's do this. And editing truly is a magical tool, because while you will see here, it looks like everything is going so well, and everything was going exactly as planned, with absolutely no hiccups. That could not be farther from the truth. And this entire time was basically me saying, I'm too much of a perfectionist for this, repeatedly to myself, as I tried desperately to make this look good. I'm too much of a perfectionist for this. See what I mean? But in the end, we did finally get it done. All right, and now with that all applied and a lunch succinctly gotten because I was about ready to snap, it is time to figure out the silver foil tape, which I'm not gonna lie, when I opened it up, I was really concerned that I had bought something that was far too sticky. And then I realized, no, it's just like the first 2 inches to really hold it in place. So thankfully, this tape I think will work quite nicely. So the goal is to start with one of the short sides, because we're gonna cut it into 4 pieces and then make 4 cap pieces. So that way we're not trying to curve one entire piece and pray that it stays the same width on every section. Here's hoping this actually works. Taking our silver foil tape here, getting a piece long enough to go the entire width here, but it's gonna go on the side, and I'm just gonna leave myself a little lip up top so it looks like it's one of those aluminum edge covers. If I can find it, I'll put it here, as it just is gonna hide my god-awful cut job on this because I traced it too wide last night. I was too tired, so it's fine. But this stuff can be cut with regular scissors. And we're gonna make it slightly too long so that way you don't have to blend as much. So I'm gonna go here, cut there. Now, will this dull my scissors? Probably, but guess what? These are paper scissors. I don't care. Oh, it has a paper backing, so you can wiggle it around until you're really ready for it. And listen, first one applique, should we have done the one that was gonna be really visible? No, but it is what it is. Okay, now we gotta do that 2 more times normally, and then we have to do the one with the drawer. Not looking forward to that one. And if you do want to attempt this yourself, I do advise having 2 hands for this, because I will say my friend Morgan came in clutch more than once. Shiny. Okay, listen, I was just gonna get you the satisfying film peeling off content, and then Morgan said this.
What if we use that as a template?
I have brilliant friends, what can I say? Find yourself some friends like Morgan. Okay, but the rest of that is also that we're gonna do the next long strip, and no, we're not gonna do it in 3 pieces. We're gonna do it in 1 long strip. We're going to tape it to the top of the desk, trace out where we need to cut away things, like for the drawer, and for the brilliant template, which I now have sitting over here, waiting for us. And then we're gonna cut it out with the backing still attached, and then peel the backing, and then adhere it. Yeah, it's gonna be, we're gonna do our best. Don't let me down, little spike tape. Ah! Oops. My bad. Oh, gnarly. Looks like someone chewed on it. I give you whatever the this is. All right, yeah, now we gotta do this part. It makes me very nervous. I'm going to start with this section, which is where the buttons are. Please don't tear, please don't tear, please don't tear. Oh, oh, so close. Hey, ha ha ha, don't get your hair in it, Canada. And the real trick to this stuff is pressing it into place and using the squeegee after that. That way you're getting as few air bubbles as possible. Oh man, okay, it's not perfect, but you know what? That's pretty daggone good considering I have never done this before and I am a 99% sure this is not what this product is designed for. I just tore it, Morgan. I installed something that is not Stephanie proof, just to be very clear. I just finished this. And then I immediately tore it. So now I have to see if I can fix it. Thankfully I just did this, so maybe I can I just tear the whole thing off? Not cleanly. Okay, but it is new enough that it is coming off. Okay. Well, I think that is just far enough because the next part will be the reveal. But first, let me talk about this project as a whole because honestly, while there were a fair number of hiccups along the way, I'm actually really pleased with how this turned out. It's not for everyone, right? Like, I did not do the edging perfectly. I did not do everything, like, precisely. But you know what? For the first time ever trying something like this, I say 10 out of 10. If you want to make something look slightly more vintagey, but you don't have the money to go source an old countertop and old aluminum or new aluminum, go get yourself some of the silver tape and some terrazzo that's a vinyl on top and call it a day because it looks super fun. Now, I will, as we already saw, it's not really Stephanie proof, so we'll see how long this lasts. But I can confirm that it does peel off, at least on the first day when you tear it right after you apply it. But truly, I really like how this end of the room came out now, because now you have one half of the room that is like my dark, bookish academia side, and then you have this side, which is much more my vintage, inspired, slightly, but without the values side, right? You have a little bit of vintage, a little bit of dark academia, and a person who really needs to buy a new light bulb for her second light. All dark. But before the final reveal, I do want to thank my sponsor, FlexiSpot, one more time. And if you want to grab yourself an awesome new bed frame, make sure that you're clicking my link down in the description and using the code Stephanie to get the extra $20 off the Kana Japanese Joinery bed frame. But now, you've waited long enough. It's time for the final reveal. You have a little bit of vintage, you have a little bit of dark eye. With lots of possibilities, if you will. And why is it on vinyl? I have no idea. Which way is going to be easier? Neither way is going to be easier, is the answer.